Hello, hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Can you see the screen on the Discord?
Wait. Okay, I can see it now.
You can see it now. Okay.
It's hard
So
to.
I want to improve my gameplay as past one. Well,
Yes.
it's really vague or broad topic. I wonder if you have anything in your mind, like specific.
Ah, farming.
Farming pattern.
I,
Okay.
yes, yes.
What else? What else? What else you want to focus on this one?
I, farming and items.
Itemization and what else?
Hmm, hero targeting as well.
So three things. Anything else?
Yes. Mm, I can't think of anything else.
Okay, it's fine. By the way, guys, I will not be reading the comments for now because I'm going to focus on Poi's coaching. Those guys that is old in the channel, they know it. Yeah, I just talked with them guys, Poi, with the Twitch chat. That I'm not going to read their comments. I'm just going to hear everything that you're going to say. So, yeah. First question: why this match ID? Why this is the ID that you gave me? Like, why Spectre? What do you think of this game?
I think that's my my rank game, last rank game, as boss one. That's why
Most
I send
most
that much
recent
ID
game.
as boss one.
Is it comfort pick
Yeah, I
or
think so. I always pick Spectre.
you always pick Spectre? And why you pick Spectre in this game?
Because I see there's two squishy heroes that I can manage to kill.
Ah, the shaman and then the lion.
Yes,
But
yes.
but if you go for Haunt or the Shadow Step, they can just go use the Hex and then you will not be able to jump on them because the Hex will instantly destroy your illusions.
Hmm.
Unless your team will stun them first and then you follow up.
I think that's what I did.
Yeah. I mean, it's
I wait for
fine.
them
Okay. Yeah.
to
I mean,
initiate.
that's a really good processing because I'm actually thinking that if your main reasoning to pick Spectre after seeing their shaman and then lion is because they're squishy, you're partly wrong and you're partly right about it. So it's going to be a matter of outplaying or the execution. And what's your game plan in this game? Like, what do you think of the game? Like, how it should happen or how it should how's your laning going to be? Do you have those game planning thing in your head? Like before you even go to the lane?
I usually think to just farm and get my items.
Just farm and then items. Anything else?
Yeah. Nah.
Nothing else?
I focus on farming only.
Well, that's a problem. Because you didn't even think about the lane that you're going to have. Let's say
Yeah.
you're going to play with what hero? Necrophos?
Yes. Necrophos.
Boss 5 Necrophos, and then the enemy has like what? Night Stalker and then maybe Lion or Shaman.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's
So
lion.
how you should be applying or the game planning thing. First, you need to have a game plan for your laning stage, which is the first 5 minutes or first 10 minutes. I don't care, but as long as you have game plan in your lane or in your game, the game is going to be much easier because you are
Okay.
anticipating things that is going to happen. So let's say if it's me, a Spectre versus Night Stalker matchup. Are you going to play defensive or are you going to play aggressive?
For me, aggressive.
Why aggressive?
But I think I go defensive in this game.
What I mean,
I can
why?
go aggressive
Mhm.
since he's weak in the day.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's night, I go defensive.
Okay, that's what I want to hear. You recognize the power spike of the enemy, right? It's Night Stalker, so he's basically uses for the 5 minutes. So therefore, you play aggressive and prevent him from getting all of the farm that he wants in the first 5 minutes. Because if the Night Stalker will play defensive or will do recovery, you stomp on him in the first 5 minutes, he is not going to be effective, or he's not going to be aggressive after the 5 minute mark. Because he doesn't have item, he doesn't have levels. Right? Because he's playing from behind. So those are the game planning that I want you to practice every game, not just with talking about Shaman and then Lion. That is for the mid game execution, right?
Okay.
So yeah, it's a good start. It's a good start. You just need to make it a habit, But the problem is that when it comes to the Night Stalker, he's actually kind of tanky, so it's not that it's not going to be easy to bully him out of the lane. This is where you need to play around your Necrophos and then your support or your laning partner and the enemy's laning partner. So it's clear that it's going to be Lion, right? So Lion, Night Stalker, Necrophos, Spectre. So what is it for you? Like, how do you approach it? Like, how do you take advantage of that info? What is your target in this game right now? If you know the matchup now. You know that you should be playing aggressive in the first 5 minutes. Yes? So,
Yes.
which target you should go in this lane?
Lion.
Lion, why?
He's the easiest to kill.
Easy to kill, yes, that's right. And what else?
We can burn his HP down by what do you call this? Harassing him. But it can be hard though.
Why is it going to be hard?
He has a range attack.
Mm-hmm.
So
What else?
I think I usually just CS here and let this Necrophos harass Lion.
Okay. But what else? Anything else to add?
Nothing else.
Nothing else. Okay. It's actually accurate that you must go for the Lion for sure. Why? Because if you go for Lion, he cannot save himself, and the Night Stalker cannot save him, because it's a Night Stalker, right? He's so slow in the morning, and then his Void or his skill is basically nothing. It's just for securing the range creeps in the daytime, right? But if you go for the Night Stalker, the Lion can always interrupt with his stuns, and also he can go for Mana Drain. So that means he can always sustain his mana and then harass you or stop you from going for the Night Stalker for the first 5 minutes. So recognizing those kind of matchups, like with the Lion thing or the Night Stalker thing, is going to be really helpful in your other games. But when it comes to the Necrophos, though, this is really a known thing. I mean, I don't really know if he's going to play support or core in this game, but hopefully he will do it. But you have the idea. You just need to expand it, Spectre, in your laning stage. You just need to get all of those info and then keep on processing it and then use it for your advantage. All right.
Okay.
Ask everything, like all of the questions that you could ask for yourself. And what is this? You're not even doing the creep aggro?
Well, how to do that?
Huh? I'm sorry?
How to creep aggro?
Oh, the creep aggro thing, I thought you know it. But yeah, I'll explain it. When it comes to the creep aggro, you issue an attack to the enemy, and then the creeps will follow you. So let me put a there's actually a website about it, like the creep aggro thing. Drawing aggro. So yeah, this one is really helpful. I'll send it in the Discord instead. This one is really helpful when it comes to the creep aggro. I'm actually surprised that you are Crusader 5, yes, and you're not familiar
I
with
know
the
how
creep
to
aggro.
do it, but sometimes it doesn't work.
Well, it does have a cooldown and it does have a range for the creep aggro. That website that I sent, it will give you the all of the details about the creep aggro or drawing the aggro. So you can study it later about the creep aggro. But the main purpose is that you issue an attack. Let's go back in here. So observe how the Night Stalker abused it, right? He issued an attack, the creeps followed him, and he can easily last it, right? Because the creeps followed him deeper. If you followed the Night Stalker as well, like contest the deny, the lion will be there, the creeps will be there to attack you. That's one of the benefit of the creep aggro. It's going to be useful if you're actually weaker in the lane, like the Night Stalker. He definitely understands that he is weaker than your heroes in the top lane. That's why he is drawing the aggro. He's making the creeps run deeper, so like run further from you guys, so you will not be able to harass the Night Stalker. Pretty safe, basically. So yeah, just keep abusing the creep aggro. Go for Q as well. You have to secure the range creeps. If you're not going to secure the range creeps, you are going to be out level. And if the Night Stalker has a higher level than you by 5 minutes, he can really run you down. So you need to be careful about it. When it comes to your itemizations though, I don't actually have complaints about it, aside from the circlet thing.
Okay.
Wait, what? Verify. You're actually looking into upgrading the race band. I am not going to advise that one, because the race band is not actually that what to call this? I mean, when it comes to the laning stage though, like your first item is it's going to show your understanding in the lane. If you go for race band, what does it give you? Stats and then armor, right?
Yes.
They buff the race band as well, from 1.5 to 2. But do you really think that the Night Stalker and then the Lion will rely so much on the right click in this lane?
I don't think so.
Yeah, because the attack damage of Lion is really small, and then the Night Stalker is not busy into right clicking here in the morning. And look what they're doing. They're just spamming spells, right? They're spamming spells. They will keep spamming their spells because they have low cooldown, and also the Lion is self-sustaining when it comes to his mana, right?
Yep.
So what does it mean? If the enemy is spamming spell, you should go for Magic Wand instead of the Rage Band. The earlier you get your Magic Wand, the more charges you'll get. And please don't chase the lion. There's no way that you can kill the lion. You don't have stun. You only have slow. So you're basically giving up your farm in here. Oh, wait. That's fucked up. See it here? Since you're chasing the lion, 1 creep, 2 creeps. Alright? The Spectre and then the Night Stalker, he cannot pressure you. It's actually 3 creeps that you lost because of that maneuver. Like, just ignore the line, just focus on your farm. You recognize that the Night Stalker is much weaker, right? Now, this is the time that you can actually rotate or go in here, because it's deep in his territory. And now you're just letting yourself get harassed in here by the lion, right? You're taking unnecessary damage.
Yeah, that's my bad.
But yeah, so there's this connected guy. Let's fast forward again. Fast forward. Is he going to reconnect?
Yeah.
He's online. Alright, he's back. So you use your Spectral Dagger, now you're out of mana. And then if they're going to kill the range creep or deny the range creep, you will not be able to secure it easily. Ah, you actually secured it. What the fuck? I mean, in our bracket, you will not be able to see it or to get it. Or maybe in higher bracket as well, Spectre. Because right now you're in Crusader 5. In Archon and then Legend, they will just deny those range creeps. And you'll be under-leveled. And look at the level right now. Look at the difference.
Yeah.
The Night Stalker has 6 denies and then you don't have any deny. And therefore, you're level 2 and then he is level 6. It's going to be... Alright. You're still harassing the Night Stalker. Power Charge is actually fine as well. But for me, you don't actually need the boots right now since it's still morning. I would go for Magic Wand and then Falcon Blade.
Yeah, I think I'll go Magic Wand later.
Later, that's the problem.
Let's see.
Like how many spells they use so far? A lot of them, right? They spam a lot of spells already. So maybe if you rush your magic one, maybe you already have like 10 charges in this lane. And yeah, you're going for it now. So if you're going to play magic one right now and then it's almost 5 minutes, I don't think it's going to be enough. I think you're going to die if they get on top of you. Because it's going to be now nighttime soon. Yeah, keep on lasting. Crypt aggro is something that you need to learn quickly and consistently. Because if you don't, these CS or crypt score will get worse. If you don't know how to play with the crypt aggro. And now you're even taking unnecessary damage because of the bad crypt aggro. Right? And then you prioritize the deny over last hit, miss some last hit, and deny it again. Tough one, tough one.
That's bad, that's bad.
So now you're still out of mana. You have magic wand, of course, and then it's being denied again, right? Let's fast forward. You have to play defensive now in this game. But before the 5 minutes, you can actually play aggressive. So yeah, I don't think you should be staying in the lane. See it here? You only have like 4 magic wand charges right now. And still not enough. And now, you're not getting anything anymore. In the lane. You cannot show yourself anymore. You're just content with last hitting, man.
Yes.
So I think we have almost nothing to learn from here in the laning stage. Because it's just going to play as it is. Wait, let's just keep going in here. Lion is there. Good thing they're going for the Necrophos instead of you. We should be lucky. But when it comes to their hero priority, they're going for the Necrophos. And your only focus in here is last hitting, and you're still failing with the last hitting. Right?
Yeah,
so,
that's right.
I don't know how you practice your last hitting. Is it only in your ranked games you practice last hitting?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you have to try this. You can go for demo hero with the Spectre. You can try with or without Killing Blade, or you can go for the Learn tab and the third page, and then go for last hitting scenario in here, or you can go for the arcade and then go for last hit training, last hit challenge. Okay. If you're really serious about playing carry, you have to practice your last hitting. Okay, you have to practice your life steal, your last hitting, because that's your job in the early game. That's usually your like 90% of your job in this game. Last hitting, getting your items done, complete. You know, get it as early as you can, and that's because of last hitting as well. So you have to challenge yourself about in demo or in any last hitting challenge out there. You cannot afford to just keep on playing Dota 2. You have to put some effort about it. Not because you are always playing Dota 2, it doesn't mean that you're going to improve. When it comes to Dota, you have to practice one thing at a time. You have to improve one aspect at a time. So you said last hitting earlier, and that's my solution to you. That's my advice to you. Just get out, you're fine. Just go here, fast forward, you're going to TP out, or you're going back home. You can actually use your Spectral Dagger to move faster. The Spectral Dagger will give you movement speed bonus, right? So I don't know why you're not doing it, but yeah, it's not really efficient. Because the early that you could get back to a fountain, the early you could get full HP. And it's almost morning, and then you can TP in here. And then Wind Ranger went back as well in the lane. In the mid lane. So look at your net worth, right? 3.7 or 3.6 on the Night Stalker. And then you only have like almost 3k. Right? That's how badly you perform in the lane. I mean, we can always blame the Necrophos for not supporting you properly, but at the end of the day, it's not going to make you improve. Go for Q, it's not going to be worth it. You don't have TP. You cannot even use your Q and then kill him. Dancing? Okay, Catapult killed him. Unlucky Lion. Shaman is here. Tower is going to go down. You should play another lane. So with your, what is your itemization in here? After
I
power
think I'll
switch.
go for Yasha,
Yasha?
then Ags.
Why Yasha and then Aghanim's?
That's how I usually build Spectre.
That's how you usually build a Spectre. When it comes to the itemization, don't just buy the same items over and over again, because I can guarantee you that every game is a different game. Different draft, different players. Right? So, when it comes to the itemization, you have to look around your teammate and look around your enemy. Right? So, the enemy has Slark, Wind Ranger as a core, and the Night Stalker. Right? So, what is the item that can actually be helpful for you against them? Yasha is not definitely going to help. Aghanims could be good for ganking potential, right? But Yasha first item is not going to be good. So, what do you think of the other items that that could be helpful in this game?
I actually think of building Blade Mill first.
Blade Mill. Why
And
Blade
that,
Mill?
yeah, for Wind Ranger and
For Wind
Slark.
Ranger and Slark. Yeah, that's actually a really good answer for me, Spectre. Because if you go for Blade Mill, that means their main course will not easily kill you. Right?
Yeah.
They cannot easily kill you. And if you have Blade Mill, you can even turn around. So, and with Blade Mill as well, you can farm with Blade Mill, right? Because of the ancient
Yes, yes.
camps, the dispersion, you know, the right clicks. You can definitely farm with the Blade Mill. So it's like you're hitting multiple birds with one stone. So that's how you itemize when it comes to your cores. Not just with cores, but also with supports. You have to make sure that you are going to get the best return for your golds, right? I mean, it's fun since you're a carry. You have the space to farm those items, right? But even so, if it's not going to be effective, it's going to be punished, right? But imagine if you're a support and then you have very less resources to farm your items. Let's say you went for Glimmer instead of Force Staff and the Glimmer is still killing you. But if Force Staff, you could save yourself, right? So those kind of decision making, like logic when it comes to choosing your items. Especially you're a core, like you have so many time to think about your items because you're not forcing yourself to fight. Yeah, you're actually going for Blade Mill now, which is nice.
Yeah, but I think I changed my mind.
But you should not be playing in the top lane right now. You should be playing in the jungle or in the other area of the map, because the Wind Rangers still can kill you, right? Another thing that I could recommend is you go for power thread switching, just to save more mana. Save more mana, because you don't want to buy clarities for your Spectre, right? Because it's 50 gold as well. I mean, for sure you have the Falcon Blade for the mana regen, but you want to be as efficient as possible. You want to accelerate your farm. And when it comes to farming, when it comes to this kind of camp, please go for the Ghost Lady first. For the gold.
Okay.
Or the ghost in here, because it has the frost attack. It's slowing you down from killing the camp. Imagine if you cleared this earlier, you could actually be clearing this one as well. So when it comes to the farming, it's a matter of how fast you clear one camp or one lane to another. It's the rate of your farm, like how many kills you could get in a short period of time. If you can optimize it for like 1 second or 2 seconds, it's perfect. Because those 1 or 2 seconds, it could be used to other camp or other area for farming. Don't waste any second, basically. So you're still in here. It's nighttime actually. You can TP out. You're fine. But
Yeah, I think I
don't
messed up.
You're playing with
Yeah, I
fire.
messed up.
Yeah, that's a feed. Anticipation, basically. It's nighttime and then everyone is missing. But yeah. You change your mind again. You're actually going for Yasha. But Blade Mill is a really good item in this game. If you go for Manta Style, I don't think it's really going to help you that much. I mean, yeah, Manta Style for farming, it's fine, like pushing lane as well, but again, they have Heck. They can easily kill the illusion. You have Haunt, but you cannot do anything. You're actually pinging top lane. What does it mean? You want to fight or you want to retreat?
I think I want
think
to
you want
press
to
the
fight.
fortify.
I think you want to fight because you have Haunt. But you're so weak right now.
Yeah.
And then your Beastmaster is really silent. It's actually the first time of me that seeing a Beastmaster lose against Lord. And then you're being pressured. Ah, jeez. You just died. Under tower. Not having a good game. Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. Still winnable. So let's see how you process those info in your head. You're not TPing, you're trying to get a kill, and you decide to go for the Night Stalker. Ah, that's a wasted. Ah, okay, it's fine. Still managed to kill the guy. Lion is dead as well, but what's next after this kill? You TP to top, nice. Nice farming. But the problem with this one, is the enemy know that you're TP'd to the top lane. You're basically trapped. And since you're trapped, they're trying to pressure you again.
Yep.
Clarity, and then what's next? So there's no
I
win
think I
ranger.
farm again.
Yeah, keep farming. Just keep farming. That's the only thing that you can do right now. Recover. Look at your farm. 20 minutes into the game, it's only 6.6. While the enemy has like 9k. Well, if you perform better in the laning, it's going to be much better than this. That's a free kill. Go to the bottom instead. Don't watch them. Don't help them. Just farm. Yeah, just farm. You have to know your timing, man. You have to
Okay.
recognize how strong you are or how weak you are. Like, don't just save your teammate if you don't really, or if you cannot really save them, or if you cannot really fight. You're a carry. Yeah, you're actually doing the power thread switching, but it's really inconsistent. And now you're forced to use the magic one because you're really out of mana. Imagine if you keep doing those, okay. Bring up Aquila. So you got the Night Stalker, but again, you overstayed in the area, right? Look at your farming again. So after killing the Night Stalker, right?
Yes.
After killing the Night Stalker, where did you go? Tada!
I
You're
chased
still looking
the-
for a fight. You're still looking for a fight. You're wasting your time in here. You're stopping yourself from farming, from getting those gold. You don't even have detections. You don't even have ground spells to stun this large, right? Imagine if you just went in here. You could actually get more farm in here, more gold, instead of going for the neutrals. You have to recognize when is the time that you should go for the neutrals and when is the time that you should go for the lane, right? You just fought in the top lane, in the jungle, right? And then they're backing off. And the way that they back off is like this, from here to here. They back off like this. So that means there's no one that is going to kill you in here, right? Especially the Slark is here. So this farming pattern of you is not really efficient. You're just letting the creeps die in here, which is free gold, uncontested gold. The neutral creeps will always be there,
Yeah.
but the creeps are going to die. So you have to distinguish those things. Like you have to know when is to play safe, when is to push the lane. Like greedy farm like this, right? You actually lost like 3 or 4 creeps in there. That's like 180, 150 gold, and experience as well. I mean, it's fine if you took the ancient camps, but Yeah. What is it?
I changed my mind again. Look.
Yeah. You're always changing your mind in here. That's really a problem. Because you said to me that earlier you don't really have a game plan in the game,
Yes.
right? And that's the biggest problem of your game. For me, like even though it's only 23 minutes into the game, that's your biggest problem right now. Because since you don't have a game plan, you're always just reacting to the enemy's movement, and therefore it's not being efficient, right? But imagine if you have like a game plan, like okay, I'll just finish my Aghanims and then I'll help them, right? And then look at you, you're wasting your scripts again, right? So you need to formulate a game plan every game, every game. Don't be lazy. Get a game plan for your game, not just with Spectre, but all the heroes out there. If you have a game plan, you're basically one step ahead of the enemy. Because if you don't have a game plan, you're going to stay in Crusader.
Okay.
And then, what are you going to do in here? Are you going to push? You're afraid. Again, you're still afraid. The creeps are dying again. Those supports are not actually cannot easily kill you, and then your team is still there. You need to make a call for your team as well. Like, not because you're a carry, it doesn't mean that you cannot make a call. If you're a carry and then you said, I want this tower to go down, they don't have Wind Ranger, it's going to be 4 versus 5, they will fucking listen to you.
Okay.
They will listen to you. And what is it for your team? If you take this tower, it's more space. You can easily access this camp. It's going to be safe. And the team is going to follow you. Look at them, right? You're posturing in here. They have no choice but to follow you. But now it's going to be different because it's going to be a 5 versus 5 engagement because there is the Wind Ranger. Imagine if you went earlier than that, like 4 versus 5. I think you're going to lose the fight. You might kill the Lion and then the Night Stalker, but the Invoker is dead. And then you have your Aghanims now. And you should go out by now. Don't try to fight the Slark. If you prolong the fight against Slark, you're going to lose.
Yeah.
Slark loves to play in a long fight. Slark is bad. Alright, it's fine. I don't know what's wrong with this Slark, man. Like, he just died. He don't know how to go in and out.
He got ult by Beastmaster.
And then the Reaper side as well. He cannot even go for drag pack. Time it perfectly, you know?
I think I messed up there.
You have your Aghanims now.
Yeah, I died.
This guy. You overstayed.
Yeah.
Not because you win a team fight, it doesn't mean that you're still strong. You overstayed. Why did you overstay? What are you thinking in there?
I was thinking we could push, but
It's kind of slow,
yeah,
right?
I died. Yeah.
You're a Spectre. If you have the Beastmaster, maybe it will happen. And also you don't have vision over them. So you have your Aghanims, you actually TP'd. Why would you TP?
I think I'm
Yeah,
going
yeah.
to CS.
You're going to farm? But where?
Yeah, mid.
Look at the minimap. Right? If you TP to mid
Yeah.
right now, do you think you can actually get any creeps?
Nah.
You cannot, right? You can just walk and then use your spectral dagger to move forward. You don't need to TP. The TP is the TP cooldown is basically 80 seconds. Okay, 80 seconds. You have to always take advantage of the cooldown, or be careful when it comes to your ultis. And then you actually want in here, you can actually go for Shadow Step. No Shadow Step.
Yeah.
Okay. So you TP'd only for like 2 or 3 creeps. If you go for large camp, maybe it's worth it. Like you could actually get like 2 or 3 camps right there. Paladin sword, keep farming. The Slark is actually playing bottom, right? Imagine if you just farm in the mid lane, like you just walk in there. You could go immediately to the top lane, and then get so much farm. Shadow Step, that's a nice one. What else? Are we going for haunt in here? Haunt. Another problem that I'm seeing as well is that you're not watching the items of the enemy,
Yeah.
and you don't know basically their progress. And if we're talking about Slark, for example, what is the item that he got, that he used earlier that you noticed?
Hmm. Don't remember. I think Shadow Blade.
Shadow Blade? No, it's not Shadow Blade. It's actually Silver Edge. So if the Slark has Silver Edge, why you're not buying Detection? You're going to invest 80 gold. You're going to invest 80 gold with the possibility of killing their carry. See it there? You cannot kill their carry because you don't have Detection. Right? 80 gold. Invest 80 gold and then that's their carry. That's their win condition. Right? It's a really a good investment. Not because you're a carry, it doesn't mean that you should just that the supports are going to buy the detections, right? You have the mobility, you have the ways of getting on top of the Slark, like with your Shadow Step, with your Agony, right? Spirit Breaker can do it too with the charge, but after that, there's nothing else. See there, you died. Why do you think you lose this fight?
I think I was too scared to
So
fight.
scared. What else?
Yeah, you can see I was holding back the whole
Yeah.
time.
That's definitely a problem, man. Again, when it comes to the itemization, you have to look for the enemies and for your team. Okay, you recognize that the Slark has Silver Edge. He survived the longest time in there because you don't have Detection. Even though you're on top of him, you don't have Detection. You manage to get in and out. So, first thing that you need to do, you need to identify the problem. Because once you identify the problem in the game, you will be able to formulate solution to it, right? So you know that the Silver Edge is a problem because he is surviving. You know that this Slark is definitely a problem, but why the Slark is surviving? How can you kill the Slark, right? You're going to ask yourself about those questions, and from there you need to process it by yourself. I'm not going to say like all the time if there's a Slark, go for Detection. No, I'm not going to say that. I want you to learn the ways of processing the info, like identifying the problem and then solving the problem. It's just math. It's just mathematics. How can you solve a math problem if you don't even know that it's a problem? So, yeah. It's still, even if you don't have the Detection, you actually managed to kill the Slark. But for me, it's just a problem with the Slark. The Slark is pretty bad. If someone will smurf in here and then you guys don't have Detection, he will just keep running in and out, and then they will just kill you. I can guarantee you that. I mean, I even used my Smurf yesterday in Europe, like 200 ping, and I played against Divine player SF, and then I still win. So they don't know how to properly itemize. They don't know how to properly change their stuns and such. So that goes with the lower MMR as well, not just in Divine bracket. So you're going to get your ages. Okay, 3752. Inspiration. Now you don't have a slot for the Detection. Now you can have an excuse of not having the Detection. But earlier it's not excusable because you have the Wraith Band, you have the Magic Wand to spare. Yeah, you're going for Slark again. You're not even looking for your team. Like, does your team have Detection? Does your team have TP? Does your team have a way of going in there? Okay, good thing the Spirit Breaker has Detection, right?
Yeah.
What if the Spirit Breaker don't have Detection? You just wasted your time.
True.
Do you have any questions for me so far, Poyi?
Is there any like positive thing I did this game?
Positive thing you did?
Yeah.
That's a tough question. At least for me. Because whenever I do coaching, I always focus on the mistakes and then opportunities for improvement. I
Yeah.
don't usually praise people like, you did a well job in here, you did a good job in here. No, I'm not going to do that because it's going to defeat the purpose. I mean, maybe it's fine as well, but in reality, we should just focus on the mistakes that you did. Because if you did a good thing, that's basically expected from you. You know,
Yeah.
you're expected to perform good or bad, or you're expected to perform at least like in 10 things that you did. There should be like one or two good things, and it's not worth the praise basically, unless you outplayed the enemy really bad.
Yeah, then I think I'll die here.
But in this particular game, you're just reacting.
Yeah.
You're just waiting for the enemy to commit mistakes and such. So it's a totally different play style. Because my motto in game, instead of waiting for the enemy to commit mistakes, you have to force them to commit mistakes. And if you're the one forcing them to commit mistakes, they'll get tilted. They will lose every engagement or every fight because they're making mistakes. You're forcing them to commit mistakes. Earlier in the game,
Yeah.
you're actually playing from behind, right? You're playing from behind. But how did you manage to come back into this game? It's because the enemy committed mistakes,
Yeah.
right? But if this game is in higher MMR bracket, do you think the enemy will commit the same mistakes that they did in this game?
No.
No, right? They're not going to do those Crusader mistakes. So how can you get out of Crusader if you're just waiting for mistakes of the enemy to win? Right? It's going to be
Yeah.
difficult for you to get out of the Crusader. So you have to always outplay the enemy. You have to think ahead of the enemy. If you want to get out of Crusader, you have to think like Archon or Legend, at least. And then if you're stuck in Legend, you have to think like Ancient or Divine player, and so on and so forth. Right? That's
Right.
how it works when it comes to MMR games. You have to assume that enemies are always good, and you have to force them to commit mistakes. Because if they commit a mistake, it's easy to punish them, right? It's easy to punish them.
Yeah.
So yeah, at least that's what I'm thinking. And yeah, I'm sorry, I cannot really give you one thing about the good things that you said, or about the good thing about your Spectre, because you're so inconsistent when it comes to farming early on. Even though your only job is to last it, you always fail.
Yeah.
Your game plan is accurate, like earlier before we even start the game. Like, yeah, I go for Lion, I go for this one, I go for that one, but the execution sucks, right? You would say that you will go for Lion before in the first 5 minutes, but it's not happening, right?
Yeah.
So that's a problem of discipline now. And then instead of farming, instead of finishing your Aghanims, you decided to help your team, even though you cannot really help them. So the biggest problem of your game is definitely game planning. Game planning. Game planning, and then your that's actually soft skills, like something that you cannot learn by just playing. You have to think about it first. So game planning. Aside from game planning, your last hitting. When it comes to your hard skills, you need to improve your last hitting, spell usage, power thread switching, targeting, map awareness, map movement, like farming pattern.
Yeah.
The list could go on and on, right? But those hard skills is easy to improve. It is really easy to improve. You just need to play. But the harder thing to improve is really the mentality, the game planning, because the game planning will really reveal your knowledge into the game. Like thinking about the power spike of the enemy, thinking about your own timing, thinking about, are you going to play defensive or aggressive? You know, those
Yeah.
kind of things. And then map awareness, like the TPs as well. The TPs as well, right? Like if you TP to mid, or if you TP to top lane, that means you're trapped in the top lane. But since you're Spectre, you have Haunt, it's fine, it doesn't matter. But if the enemy know how to play around Spectre, you're not going to have a free game like this. Instead of going for the Necrophos, Invoker, or the Beastmaster, they should go on the Spectre first. and then the enemy will the Spectre's team is just going to TP to help the Spectre, right? It's the same concept with Dawnbreaker. You want to get the Dawnbreaker or Spectre first, because if you go to their team, they will always be there in the fight.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's basically how it works. The enemy is just bad. That's why you win this game. But if the enemy is equally skilled as you guys, I don't think you're going to win, because you're playing from behind, like really badly. All right. Do you have any questions for me though? I wonder.
None.
None.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you for your time as well, and hopefully you learned a lot from the coaching session. I already summarized the things that you need to work on. So
Yeah.
if you got lazy about it, there's nothing else that I can do. The only the only thing that is preventing you from improving or from grinding MMR is only yourself. Not because of your team, not because of your enemy, is only yourself. Because there's a lot of uncontrollables in the game. Let's say Necrophos post fight, right? There's nothing that you can do about it. You just need to suck it up. You just need to know what the Necrophos can offer in your lane and play around it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that kind of mentality. All right.
Yeah, thank you. I learned so much.
So yeah, GG will play. Basically, in this game,
GG.
you win, but it's not because of you.
Yeah.
You win because of the enemy, especially the Slark.
Yeah, Slark messed up.
The Slark always getting roared, and then getting killed by the Spirit Breaker. The Slark is really bad when it comes to the map awareness, and the supports are not even buying defensive items like against you. I mean, this one has defensive items. They don't even have like Aeon Disc. This one is going for Aeon Disc, but it's way too late. He went for the Aghanim Scepter instead, right? That's how bad they are when it comes to the itemization, and then thinking about the possible scenario, like itemizing against the enemy. So
Yeah.
you're just basically the same with the enemy, same skill, right? But yeah, it's GG.
GG.
Let's end it.
Thank you.
Thank you as well for your time, Poi, and good luck and have fun with your upcoming games. And don't forget to give me a feedback and let me know. Report to me if the coaching session is helpful or not.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you so much.
bye bye.